sponsored by eufy. If your robot vacuum has ever gone from wow to why are you like this, the eufy Omni S2 is built for that exact problem. I call it performance fade. Filters clog, airflow drops, and your robot starts doing cardio instead of cleanup. eufy's theme for the S2 is long-lasting deep clean. In practice, it's trying to keep suction and mopping performance consistent over time instead of peaking on day one and quietly getting worse. It pairs a multi-cone cyclone setup inside the robot with 30,000 pascals and 100 air watts, with this product being the first in the industry to do so. And it keeps eufy's signature move, a roller mop that stays clean while it cleans. If you own the Omni S1 Pro, this upgrade is clearly aimed at the stuff the S1 Pro might have struggled with, things like carpets, thresholds, and hair. There's also a really nice dock upgrade as well, which we'll get into later. If you want to check out the eufy S2 Omni for yourself, I will have a link down in the description below. So let's talk about why the S2 exists. The Omni S1 Pro was mop first. Hard floors were its home turf. Vacuuming was great, but it wasn't the headline. It's rated at 8,000 pascals, which is great for hard floors, but carpets are where you start asking for more. By the way, I am on record as saying that the S1 Pro was my favorite robot vacuum, and I test a lot of them from a whole bunch of different brands, as you can see here on the channel. I just found it to be the most confident and consistent. The Omni S2 upgrades that mop identity, but it also targets the pain points that show up after the honeymoon. Suction drop-off, rugs that are harder to clean, and thresholds that strand them, and the hair situation. So let's start where the S2 is making its biggest bet. It's called Aero Turbo 2.0. And again, eufy's big trio here is 30,000 pascals of suction power, way up from 8,000 on the S1 Pro, 100 air watts, and a multi-cone cyclone dust bin. The cyclone part is the story. It's designed to separate heavier dust and hair that can easily clog the filter screen out of the airflow before it hits the filter, so the filter clogs a lot slower and airflow stays healthier. eufy also says this is the only robot vacuum and mop applying multi-cone cyclone tech inside the robot itself. The comparison they're drawing is that other products either put cyclone separation in the dock or they use it in vacuum-only devices. I mean, take a look at how it can pick up these steel balls in this suction limit test. It shows that the S2's suction is exceptionally powerful. By the way, pascals refers to suction pressure, and air watts is closer to real cleaning power because it factors airflow and suction together. If airflow collapses, obviously pickup collapses too. And that's where eufy makes its boldest claim. Long-lasting suction stays at peak performance for 365 days, around 15 times longer than competitors that typically start to decay after only about 20 days. Now, I can't time travel a year in advance to see how that holds up, but this is the right kind of design change to even chase that promise. And there's a practical bonus here for family health. Better pickup means less dust, dander, and pollen left behind, which is the stuff that tends to build up in homes. And this is also the clearest difference from the S1 Pro. The S1 Pro was the mop flex, and the S2 was eufy making the vacuuming side feel more flagship. Okay, cool, but raw power doesn't matter if the robot can't actually finish a run. Carpets and thresholds are where most robots tap out. So first let's talk carpet, because this is where a lot of mop first robots start making excuses. The S2 can lift 15 millimeters, which is how it climbs onto carpets up to 5 centimeters thick. The part that matters is how it behaves. It's built for tasseled rugs and both thick and thin mats, then changes strategy to avoid getting stuck or tangled, which results in fewer interventions that you have to step in and help out with. And it'll even increase suction when moving from floor to carpet and increase suction even more for thick mats. And thresholds are the same story. eufy says it can auto-sense door frames up to 4.2 centimeters and climb them smoothly. When looking at the S1 Pro, that one could only do around 2 centimeter obstacle crossings, which is less than half of what the S2 can do. And that gap is a big enough difference between whether the robot cleans the whole house or gets stranded at a doorway. All right, we know the eufy S2 can stay powerful and stay moving, but let's talk about where eufy usually wins, which is mopping. On the S1 Pro, HydroJet 1.0 was pretty much the big identity. It was roller mopping with real-time self-cleaning designed to keep the roller fresh as it cleans. HydroJet 2.0 on the S2 keeps that core idea, then turns it up. Eufy describes HydroJet 2.0 as 15 newtons of downward pressure, a 29 centimeter roller mop, which is the longest in the industry, allowing it to clean the largest area in a single pass and mop every inch of the floor twice. And compared to the S1 Pro, the S2 is upgraded with dual squeegee strips, doubling the cleaning performance and preventing any potential dirty water dripping issues. And 32-hole uniform water injection for more even moisture across the roller. And the S1 Pro comparison is pretty clean. S1 Pro is rated at 10 newtons, and again, the S2 goes to 15. More pressure means a better chance at one pass on things like dried coffee and sticky kitchen floor grime. The S2 also uses electrolyzed active water. It generates hypochlorous acid and ozone in the water stream, and it kills bacteria while it mops. That's the other half of the whole family health framing, along with allergen pickup on the vacuuming side. It achieves a 99.99% sterilization rate, lasts for 5 days, and is TUV certified. The health benefits here are obvious: no chemical residues, gentle and non-irritating cleaning, safe for families, babies, and pets. It kills and prevents bacterial growth, delivering food-grade hygiene for a truly healthy home. Then there's edge work, which is what your eyes notice probably first. You look at the corners and the edges and you're wondering, did my vacuum pick that up? The S2 can extend the mop and extend the side brush. Eufy claims 100% edge and corner coverage, and they call out a 15mm mop extension distance. The practical win here is that the clean looks finished, not like the robot just avoided the baseboards. And here's where robot vacuums usually fall apart. Not the hardware, but the decisions. This is the part that determines whether you trust it enough to hit start and walk away, or keep half watching it like a toddler near a staircase. CleanMind AI is a real scene 3D map and an all 3D semantic map, plus AI obstacle avoidance paired with the 3D array LiDAR. There is a lot of tech and smarts going on here, and it's the brains of the Eufy S2. The system even identifies room types, like kitchen or living room or bathroom, and then customizes the cleaning for those rooms. Now, Eufy's claiming 200 plus object recognition, 40 plus stain type identification, and obstacle avoidance. So in real life, that's cables, socks, tassels, and all the tiny stuff that usually could end the run early. Better recognition means more completed runs, and again, less time you need to fiddle with things. Even with smarter navigation, there's still one thing that turns robot ownership into a weekly chore, that being hair. And this is Eufy's dual spiral detangle setup. The dual spiral rollers help to fight hair wrap, and the main brush stays closed while it's cleaning for full contact. Then when it docks, it can open up to help release the tangles. It's a small detail, but if you've ever had to cut hair out of a roller brush, you already know why this matters. The S1 Pro did use an all rubber main brush, which is decent for hair, but the S2 is leaning harder into hands off by trying to shed tangles when it docks. And the dock is where the whole robot vacuum thing turns into an appliance. If you have the S1 Pro, you already know Eufy was ahead on the basics. A dock that can handle the emptying, the washing, the refilling, and the drying, so you're not doing daily maintenance. It was already a very livable setup. The Omni S2's upgrade is the way it washes the mop. It uses hot water mop washing at 60 degrees Celsius, plus dirt detection that can trigger a rewash. Eufy also describes continuous hot washing at 60 degrees Celsius with a claimed 99.99% sterilization rate. Day to day, that means the mop comes back out actually clean, not just rinsed off, clean enough that it's not adding its own weird smell to your house after a few runs. Eufy also adds a removable fragrance module here with 3 scents included in the box. There was bamboo and sage, bergamot and lychee, and citrus and basil. This is optional, you don't need to use it, but I tried the bergamot and lychee and it's pretty nice, and it's very subtle too. It's not overpowering at all. Oh, and the S2 leans into visible tech aesthetics too. You get this translucent top cover with a glowing star ring when running, almost like what you'd find in Iron Man's chest. In standard mode, the ring light is blue, and in max mode, it shifts to purple. And it's an easy way to visually see what mode it's in, but it's also just a pretty cool touch. If your home is mostly hardwood floors like mine, and you love what the S1 Pro does, you can stay put. If you want stronger vacuuming built to stay consistent, real carpet handling up to thick rugs, higher threshold crossing, way less hair tangles, and more finish cleaning at the edges. The S2 is eufy's most complete upgrade yet. And that brings us back to the problem. Robot vacuums don't usually fail, they just quietly get worse over time. The Omni S2 is eufy's attempt to stop the fade with better airflow alignment, smarter behavior, and a mop system that stays cleaner automatically. The S2 is the difference between a robot you show off for a week and one you can just keep running. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andru, and I will catch you in the next video.